Hey, it's Cory, and today you're gonna learn how to play Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Frankie Valli. Today's tutorial is my Patreon Song of the Month tutorial, so if you're at all interested in joining my Patreon community, not only to get access to the song sheets and all the resources I have, but also so you can have a bit more of a say in the tutorials you see made on my channel, you can check it out and the link is in the description box. Now this song is not easy. We are using a very easy strumming pattern. We're just going to be using the island strum today, but there are 14 chords. We do have the E major chord. We also have a B flat minor chord and then a F7 as well, which sometimes people that are beginners have a little bit of a trouble with, but with some time, I'm sure you'll be able to master it. So let's just get right into it. First things first though, always make sure your ukulele's in tune. That's gonna be a G on the 4th string, a C on the 3rd string, an E on the 2nd string, and an A on the 1st string. The first chord we're gonna be looking at is going to be the A7. That's your first finger placed on string 3 of the 1st fret. We then have a B7, and this is going to be used in the song during the chorus to really have a lot of nice color. And the B7 has the same shape as an E minor, it's just over a string. So you're starting with your first finger placed on string 2 of fret 2, then your second finger is going on string 3 of fret 3, and then your third finger is going on string 4 of fret 4. We also have a B flat major chord. That's going to be with your first finger barring on strings 1 and 2 of 1st fret. Your second finger goes on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, and then your third finger goes on the 4th string of the 3rd fret. Our next chord is a B flat minor. That's going to be your first finger barred all the way across fret 1. Then you're going to take your second finger, place it on top to add a little bit of extra support. Then you're going to take your third finger and place that on string 4 of fret 3. And that's B flat minor. Then we have a C7, and this is played at the very end of the chorus section. You're going to take your first finger, place it on string 1, fret 1. Next we have a D major chord. That's going to be your first finger first played on fret 2, string 4. Your second finger is going on fret 2, string 3, and then your third finger is going on fret 2, string 2. After that, we have an F major 7. You're going to take your first finger and you're going to bar all across fret 2 here. You're going to take your second finger, place that on top to give extra support, and then you're taking your third finger or your fourth finger and you're going to place that down on fret 4. Now, sometimes when I play it, I end up putting my third finger there. Do whatever works for you. Honestly, it's about a 50-50 of what I end up doing. It's one of those ones that I haven't quite figured out what I like best. But a lot of times I end up going third finger, but fourth finger might be easier for some. After that, we have a D7. We're doing the easy D7 here. That's going to be your first finger played on string 4 of fret 2, and then your second finger played on string 2 of fret 2. Next, we have the dreaded E major. That's written, we're gonna do the E major today. That is your first finger placed on string 1 of fret 2. And then you're gonna go all the way down to fret 4 here and place your second, third, and your fourth fingers on strings 4, 3, and 2. So the entire shape looks like that. And then we have an E minor. Like I said before, it's very similar to the B7. It's just over a string. So rather than with B7, you're starting on string 2, you're gonna be starting on string 1 of fret 2. Then your second finger goes on string 2 of fret 3, and your third finger goes on string 3 of fret 4. Next, we have the F major chord, and that's taking your first finger placed on string 2 of fret 1. Then your second finger is going on string 4 of fret 2. Next, we have F7. Now, I want you to keep your hands in that same position as the F, especially too because we're going to be playing the F7 after an F in this case. So what you're going to do is, with that same F major chord, you're going to take your third finger and then place it on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, and then take your fourth finger and place it on the 1st string of the 3rd fret. And that's an F7. It ends up looking a lot more complicated because you're using all 4 of your fingers in different places, but it's actually really easy once you realize it's just kind of an extension of the F major chord. Next, we have a G major, which a lot of beginner players often think is a really hard chord, but once you start getting into other chords, you realize it's really easy. So It's gonna start first on the 2nd fret here. You're gonna take your first finger, place it on string 3, then your second finger is going on string 1, and then your third finger is gonna go down on fret 3, string 2. And then finally we have the G minor chord. For this, it's starting on with your first finger on the first string of the 1st fret. Then you're taking your second finger, place it on string 3 of fret 2, and then taking your third finger and placing it on string 2 of fret 3. And those are all the chords. All 14 of them. Aside from the 14 chords, the strumming patterns that we're gonna be using is pretty easy. It's just that island strum, like I said before. So I'm gonna demonstrate that just on a D major chord, because that's what we start out with the verse. And an island strum, it's just a down, down, up, up, down, up. Slower, it's down, down, up, up, down, up. Now the good news is in this song we are not going to be changing chords in the middle of any strumming patterns, which is great, so that makes it a little bit easier. But one thing we are going to be adding that will give a little bit of extra like stylistic pizzazz is on our B7. Now what you're going to be doing for this B7 is you're going to be doing a hammer-on, and that's essentially when you are just striking down on the strings of the ukulele up here on the neck, and it makes a sound. So if you can listen. So it is something that you have to work on. I really recommend having some calluses built up. If it doesn't make the sound exactly, it's not a big deal, but we're going to be doing it in combination of just striking down. But the combination with the hammer-on and the strumming makes it sound like this. Doing that at the end of the interlude, and then also when we get to the B7 again on the trust in me when I say. So that line will sound like this. Trust in me when I say, oh pretty baby. Now if the strumming pattern ends up being too difficult for you, you could always just play on the beat or on the chord changes. I'm going to play just the opening line for you on the verse section so you can see what that kind of progression would sound like in your practice. So this is with just on the chord changes. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. This is played on the beat. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. And this is with the strumming pattern. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. You can see there that there's always a little something for everybody at your different difficulty level. The really important thing though is to find a tempo that works for you. So if what I'm doing in the play along is too fast for you, you can either slow the play along down in the settings options on YouTube, like on the actual video, you just look for the little gear and then you can slow down the video, or just get a metronome either on your phone. There's tons of free apps that you can use and slow down the tempo in practice. That's the #1 thing I can recommend. Always make sure your tempo is consistent when playing. It's the #1 practice thing that I think a lot of people make the mistake of, because then they end up having all these little breaks and pauses in between their chord changes. And that is another thing too, prior to doing the play along, of which we're about to do in just a second, make sure that you can play through all the chords without actually having to look at the chord chart. Now, I'm not saying that if you play this today and then a couple days later, like that you'll have everything memorized. You might have to glance again at those chord charts. However, it's really best practice to be able to really internalize and have those chords really memorized so that when you're going through, you don't have to be also looking at the chord charts. You are reading the lyrics, the chord that you're supposed to play, you're thinking about the rhythm, you're thinking about the melody that you're singing, and you're trying to do that all in time. However, if you throw another thing in there of having to look at the actual chords you need to play, it's going to be really hard and you're not going to set yourself up for success. But with that, let's give it a play along. 1, 2, here we go. you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Like I said before, if you're interested in a more advanced tutorial with more going on in the accompaniment, let me know. I just didn't want to like overwhelm people with the amount of chords. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye! I just wanted to say thank you so much to my gold tier members in particular, and those people are Rosemary Bristol, Glenn Clement, Perry Payne, Yuki, Stefan Ramirez, Nadia Rogers, Bradley Carter, Charlotte Ramiro, Alexander Olin, Matthew Newton, and Andrew Atbury, as well as all my other gold tier members that prefer to stay anonymous too. But thank you guys so much.